The vast majority prefer that federal law enforcement or immigration agencies carry them out. Just 40% say the U.S. military should be involved. The stated Trump plan is to use the military or military assets, deputize the National Guard, and have them act as immigration agents. Do you believe that is lawful?
You know, I'm 100% supportive of going after the 15,000 murderers, the 13,000 sexual assault perpetrators, rapists, all these people. Let's send them on their way to prison or back home to another prison. So I would say all points bulletin, all in. But you don't do it with the Army because it's illegal. We've had a distrust of putting the Army into our streets because the police have a difficult job, but the police understand the Fourth Amendment. They have to go to judges. They have to get warrants. It has to be specific. And so I'm for removing these people, but I would do it through the normal process of domestic policing. Now, I would say that the mayor of Denver, if he's going to resist federal law, which there's a long-standing history of the supremacy of federal law, if he's going to resist that, it will go all the way to the Supreme Court. And I would suspect that he would be removed from office. I don't know whether or not there'd be a criminal prosecution for someone resisting federal law, but he will lose. And people need to realize that what he is offering is a form of insurrection where the states resist the federal government. Most people objected to that and rejected that long ago. So I think the mayor of Denver is on the wrong side of history, and really I think will face legal ramifications if he doesn't obey the federal law.
Just in context on those numbers you rattled off in terms of criminals, those numbers from ICE are accurate figures, but they're over a 40-year period of time. What we know now about the immigration authorities who would have to be charged with rounding these individuals up, there are just 6,000 agents, 41,000 detention beds to carry out the assignment of rounding up millions of undocumented people potentially. How do you suggest they implement it? And if this is a red line for you in terms of using the military, would you vote no on the DHS secretary, Kristi Noem?
I will not support and will not vote to use the military in our cities. I think it's a terrible image. But I will tell you, but just in the last week, with the belief that a new administration will change things, there were 4 or 5 criminals arrested in the last week. And what would happen, and I think what will happen under Donald Trump's administration is, I don't recommend to use the Army, but I would use the FBI, I would use ICE, I would use Border Patrol. And they have a list now of 15,000. I don't care if it came in over 40 years or 10 years. Mm-hmm. If you've got a list, you put these people on a all points bulletin. These are the kind of people that are dangerous and that everybody needs to be the watch on. And they would go out and seek those people. We have about 30,000 very dangerous people already convicted of crimes. That should be the first priority for all of this. Let's go find those people. But it's not about detaining them. In all likelihood, they should be going to a jail, either a jail here or in the country they came from. So I think if we did that, there'll be a lot of unity. If they send the Army into New York and you have 10,000 troops marching, carrying semi-automatic weapons, I think it's a terrible image and I will oppose that. But it's not that I oppose removing people. I just object to what has been against the law for over 100 years, and that's using the Army.